Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today we will be reading a story from the Jamaican Gleaner. Do you remember the pastor Kevin Smith, the one who died in the accident while he was being transported by the police? So I came across an article today, and the article says Smith, who asks his congregation to address him as His Excellency, Daddy, or Father, came to national attention in October 2021 when the security forces stormed his now shuttered church in Montego Bay, St. James, amid claims that 2 people were killed and others injured in a bizarre ritual. Prosecutors later alleged in a detailed public statement that Smith ordered Ruddock to behead female parishioner Tanika Gardner, whose throat he had already slashed with a knife handed to him by the cleric. Oh my goodness. John Jacobs, the attorney who represented the police force and the 2 surviving policemen, said the judge found, based on the evidence, that Smith assaulted the policemen who were transporting him, describing his actions as unlawful and dangerous. On Friday, Nita Robinson said she will seek within the next week to get copies of the notes of evidence from the inquest as well as the witnesses' statements that were relied on, so I can make an assessment of the court findings. A post-mortem examination conducted in November 2021 for that Smith's death was due to concussion to the brain and multiple blunt force traumas. Ian's cause of death could not be certified. According to the inquest into the circumstances that led to the death of Smith and Irons, ended last Tuesday with a judge ruling that the controversial cleric used the accident in a bid to commit suicide. Judge Carol Hughes said she found the cops to be credible witnesses before ruling that the conclusion did not occur because of excess speeding. I must die in my parish. Harrison's statement indicated that while navigating traffic with the guidance of the second police vehicle, he felt someone grab his left shoulder and pulled it. He said he glanced around to see that it was Smith, who was shouting loudly that this is my parish of birth and I must die in my parish. I then shouted, "Hold him," and then I felt an impact. His statement read, noting that the next thing he remembered was waking up in the hospital, guys. It further goes on to read, Gordon said he telephoned the team leader, a police corporal who was traveling in a second vehicle, to alert him to Smith's request when he suddenly heard Constable Ian shout out, "Man, what you do?" He said he turned around to see Smith pulling Harrison, the driver, by the shirt and shoulder. According to him, Harrison shouted, "Hold him," while Irons tried to restrain Smith before I felt the car make a swing and I felt an impact. So you see, that man was determined that he was going to die, maybe because the amount of secret that he might have had for people. So that's why I'm telling you, I don't understand how we allow a cult leader like this to have such power in our society. I don't understand how can you be led by someone in this manner? Someone is telling you to harm someone else, and all the audiences are there and watching what is going on, and people sit and look at that. Guys, I just don't understand. Let's keep reading. Harrison said, I then heard Mr. Smith saying, "This is my parish of birth. I must die in my parish." Gordon's statement quoted Smith as saying, "This is my parish. My family is from St. Catherine, and I want to die in this parish." The cleric then requested a bathroom stop, complaining that he could no longer hold his urine and was about to wet himself, Gordon recounted. He said Harrison responded by telling Smith, "Kindly stop the talking. We will stop in time." The team was directed by a detective inspector to use the old parochial road through St. Anne and not the north-south highway, as no administrative provisions was made as it relates to toll fees or toll passes, and he does not have money to pay the fee for 3 service vehicles, Harrison's statement read. According to both constables, Smith continued to sing loudly and spoke in an unknown language until the doomed Toyota Corolla crossed over into St. Catherine, where the cleric delivered one final warning as the vehicle approached the Linstead roundabout heading. However, he said he looked at Smith and his hands through the rearview mirror to ensure that they were securely cuffed, and it was. Minutes later, as the vehicle made its way through Stairtown, also in St. Anne, Harrison said he heard Smith singing very loudly and speaking in unknown languages before repeating his earlier warnings. Whilst traveling through the Chalky Hill community, I heard Mr. Smith utter the following words: "Officers, this car not making it to Kingston today," for a second time, and he started to sing loudly again, his statement read. The religious leader and Ruddock, who were suspects in an illegal, deadly ritual at Smith's Church, Pathway International Kingdom Restoration Ministries, were being transported by Irons, along with Constable Ryan Harrison and Siobhan Gordon, from their jail cells in St. James to Kingston offices of the Major Investigation Division to face criminal charges. "Officers, I guarantee you that this car will not make it to Kingston today," Smith said twice, according to the sworn witnesses' statement given by Harrison, the driver of the car, and Gordon, who was seated in the front passenger seat. Of course, if it's suicide, then a lawsuit cannot succeed against the government. Okay. During the coroner's inquest, it was outlined how, seated on the back seat of a police car heading towards Kingston on October the 25th, 2021, Smith delivered 3 frightening warnings to the policemen who were escorting him. Smith, whose hands were shackled with foot cuffs because they were too large for the regular handcuff, was sandwiched between Andre Ruddock, one of his parishioners, and a police constable, Orlando Irons. If the man assaulted the police and that caused the accident, how do you come up with suicide? RDQO, Nita Robinson's question during an interview. "That's rubbish. That's absolute rubbish," she fumed. Nita Robinson complained, too, that neither of Smith's attorneys nor his family were notified about the coroner's inquest. There is Mr. Henry, Mr. Curdy in Montego Bay, who was on the case, and there is me, right? And these things are held, and there is nobody to watch the proceedings and to see that people's interests are protected, she said. Guys, how sad is it that these things are allowed to occur in our country in the 2024, and you have cult leaders such as Kevin Smith, who are able to lead so many people astray. It just baffles my mind as to how an entire congregation can sit and watch and listen to a man just like themselves, telling someone else to unalive one of their fellow parishioners, and for that person to just stand there and allow someone to take a sharp cutting utensil, and for someone to take that and to watch them while they do the act on you. I don't understand the mindset of those people. I just cannot understand what kind of mindset people will have for you to leave your homes and your families and to be living in a church compound where I'm sure the sanitation and the living condition was not up to par, and what I get to find out is not only you have educated people who you would think would know better, but they're still following this kind of rubbish, and people will go to the end to defend their pastor. And the guy would do anything to kill himself. I shouldn't say that word. Let me erase that word. He would say anything to harm himself because he doesn't want to face the judgment that is facing him. Can you imagine the amount of things that they might have done that the public is not aware of? Guys, we have to be smarter than that. We have to be smarter than that. We can't allow others to control our mind in such a harmful way that will cause us to harm ourselves or to harm other people. This story is such a sad story, and to know that people really believed in this man. People believe what this person was saying. You hear what they had to call him, His Excellency and Daddy and Father and all those, and you call another human being just like yourself. No, that lady is not among the land of the living anymore, because they were following what the cult leader has told them to do. Guys, let me know what you think about this situation. Remember to like, share, and comment on the video, okay? Guys, a British woman is allegedly to have she's been charged with carrying white substances on her. She was caught at the Norman Manley International Airport. Now, I don't understand a woman like this. The story is from the Jamaica cleaner. A woman now in the 20s, every time I have to keep on coming back to saying, look how the times, technology and everything is so advanced, and people still carry up white powder on them body from Jamaica to the US to the UK same way. Are these people not thinking? Now look at this lady now. We're gonna go right into the story and hear what it is about. So here goes a clipping from the story, you guys. A British woman was on Friday charged by the narcotics police following the seizure of a quantity of white substances that was allegedly concealed on her body at the Norman Manley International Airport. What is this? Oh my gosh. Lady, out of all of these people who you see are being caught taking illegal substances out of the country, the internet is free for everybody can go on the internet and see what's going on. and you choose to put your freedom at risk by transporting white substances from over. Now, people, tell me if this lady no mad. Tell me if people who do these things not crazy. Like, what is going through your head when you're doing this kind of stupidity? Just like, what is really going on in your head? Like, why would you do that? Okay, let's go. Let's hear what it is saying in the paper. A 43-year-old Tonian Carew of Essex in England, who is charged with possession of white substances, dealing in white substances, taking steps preparatory to export such white substances, and conspiracy to export the white substance. The reports are that Carew was being screened at the security search area at the airport when anomalies were detected. She was subjected to a further search, and a cylindrical parcel wrapped in clear plastic and grey masking tape was found concealed on her body, according to the police. Now, guys, as you can see in the report, it says that the lady is 43 years old. 43 years old. So you risk your freedom as a 43 years old woman to go inside a prison cell for probably about 7 years or so, just because you want to transport illegal substance in these times. In these times when the airport are so strict, the security at the airport them turn right up, and you risk your freedom, miss, to do that at 43 years old. No, man, you have to go to prison. The parcel was cut open in her presence and found to contain white substances weighing approximately half pound of white substances. The woman risked her freedom for, like, really? Now she's expected to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Magistrate Court on Thursday, May the 30th. Well, you lay your bed tough, you have to lie down in night tough, you decide, so you're going to take white substances from one place to the next, where you fully well know, say, it is not allowed, it is illegal, and you choose to do such thing. You can't have sympathy for people like those, you know, you're too big and silly at your big age, you do them kind of stupidness there. Anyway, guys, remember to like, share, and comment, and come back for more videos. I will see you in 2.